What's up, guys? Today I'm going to bring you 7 tips on how to put more deer down this shotgun season. Let's get to it. Tip number 1. Find pieces of ground with limited exit routes. You can do this by finding ground that's lined on one side with a river or a creek, or just narrow pieces of timber. By doing this, it'll help you decide where to put your blockers to give them the best chance of having an encounter with a deer. Tip number 2. Play the wind. As bow hunters, we know that the wind plays an integral part in how the hunt will transpire. However, shotgun hunters on drive hunts occasionally forget about this principle because they're just walking through the timber and they can just push the deer out wherever they want to. However, if you want to take shots at walking or slowly trotting deer as opposed to completely spooked deer on a dead run, if your walkers have the wind at their back, there's a better chance that the deer will just try to kind of sneak out the back rather than being on that dead run, giving you a more high probability shot. Tip number 3. Don't forget about public land. There will be plenty of deer killed on public land this shotgun season. Look for pieces of ground that are overlooked by other hunters or that other hunters may not even know about. If you go to Iowa DNR's website, they have the Hunting Atlas, which is an interactive map that you can use to find every piece of public hunting ground in this state. By doing this, you can find pieces of ground that you may have not known about, especially county conservation ground, which often doesn't have as much signage, and therefore a lot of people don't even know it exists. So you may find a nice little honey hole that doesn't get a whole lot of pressure. Tip number 4. This is especially true if we're looking for that overlooked piece of public land, but it also works for private land, and especially during the second season. After the first season, guys have the deer all kinds of pressure. Look at CRP ground. A lot of the times, everybody's walking through the timber and completely neglects the CRP ground, and these deer are going into this CRP ground and they feel safe. Because they are safe, because a lot of people just look right past it. If you look at maps, you can figure out where the deer are coming in and out of these CRP fields and set up a good strategy. Wind at the back of the walkers, wind in the face of the setters, and put some deer down. Tip number 5. So you don't have a group? Don't worry about it. Heck, it may even be a benefit. Pack in a blind or hang a tree stand along exit routes. You can study some aerial photographs, figure out where the deer are going to exit places that are likely to be pushed by other hunters. Go hang a stand. Wear your orange though. Tip number 6. Especially if you're going in and hanging a stand, but even if you're going to be doing a drive, try to be the first one there. If you can get on that exit route an hour or 2 before sunrise, well before that first group of hunters get there, there's a good chance that they're going to push a bunch of deer right past you. Tip number 7. Be safe out there, guys. There's no deer worth not going home to your family for. Don't be a statistic. Wear your orange, and if you're part of a group, know where everybody in that group is. If you're walking, know where your standers are. If you're standing, know where your walkers are. No excuse for not being safe. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the latest outdoors tips and tricks. Ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. And don't forget to double lung that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next obsession. Later.